Okay, we got a 9 to 5 is hard, but so is being a streamer. Oh baby, this is gonna be a doozy.
Unless you're living under a rock, then I'm pretty sure we've all seen the Hassan situation by now. If you're unfamiliar, well, basically, the streamer Hassan Abi said that streaming was more draining than a 9 to 5.
Yes, a real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way
Yeah,
that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will. A real
yeah. I mean, I saw this clip and I was just like, whatever. I just like paid it no mind really. Like I don't know. I'm not too attached to the difficulty gatekeeping. What's hard and what's not. I just literally don't give a fuck. Like because like in a vacuum, anybody can perceive their job to be difficult and draining. But for him to say like there's like it's like a gradient, which it is, to say that like, oh, this job sucks the soul out of you, unlike this other job which does not. Uh, I don't know. That's kind of maybe a little bit ignorant. I mean, I don't know. But like again, like I could give less of a shit like on like how difficult someone thinks my job is.
job does not expend your social battery in the same way as someone who did a sales job, a real job. Okay, I'm telling you, as someone who did both, like 9 hours of constant performance and people pleasing taps you out from social scenarios. After 9 hours of that, I could probably do physical labor. It would not bother me, but I can't do.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Ask some construction workers or anybody really that has a at least like a moderate level of like physical activity in their job. Bro, just standing on your feet for like 8 hours straight is a pain in the dick, dude. Literally just standing. Like take some whatever, like non-slip shoes, go stand on some tile and walk around on it and make it look like you're busy for 8 hours and do that for 5 days a week for 40 hours a week and tell me you're just not drained. That shit sucks, dude. And on top of it, because like I used to work at like CC's Pizza and I did that for like 2 or 3 years. I can't remember. I think it was like three. Um, I was lucky in that I liked working out, and like at the time I was doing like P90X or whatever, and so like my body could like withstand the shit that goes like the physical stuff, like all the hot fucking bullshit coming out of the oven. I mean, it's not that hot, but it is like you do sweat, and like whenever I was working at CC's, like your uniform is like black, and whenever I sweated and it dried, it would like turn white because of like the salt in the sweat. And I don't know if any of the customers ever picked up on that or maybe looked at me long enough, but I don't know. It's like I never really got any comments like that, but like, bro, I can literally go to like any fast food joint and I can or not even a fast food joint or like any like cashier joint or what do you call it? Like almost any job, like they like either like a Walmart or what did I say, fast food or a restaurant or anything really, like a construction job or anything really, and I can easily tell like who is not having a good time at their job. It's very easy. Uh, I don't know, but let's just keep watching.
More social. That's my point.
And after that clip, basically the debate on if streaming is harder than a 9 to 5 spread the internet like wildfire. Every news page was talking about it. People made videos
Mm,
about it. It was a hot topic for a few days. Now, me personally,
yeah,
I don't think that streaming is harder than a 9 to 5 because a 9 to 5 is physically
I think the question is streaming harder than a 9 to 5. I think it's a stupid question because each job, because like streamer is literally just like one title. A regular job regular job is like a bunch of different types of jobs, and obviously there's like a bunch of different jobs within that regular job category that are like pretty easy. It's like, come on. You know, or maybe they're not easy, but they're demanding in a different way than just physical labor. Like obviously, if you were to like show like someone that does like physical labor this little clip, they're gonna tell that person that they're like literally just full of shit and like go do something. Uh, go do something with your life. But with it, it's like you're comparing like one job to like a laundry list of jobs, which is like kind of stupid to me.
physically and mentally draining, while streaming is only mentally draining. I completely disagree with this.
Oh god dang it! It ain't looking good for the fucking M&K FPS bros. It never is, and I could tell that guy never fucking aim trained because like aim train bros know if you start wailing your fucking fist on your goddamn desk, you're fucking spent for the next hour, or not even hour, like the next at least 30 minutes or so, because your hand is sore, your mental's broken, and yeah, there's no hope of coming back within the next like 30 minutes. You need to go take a walk and go do something else.
On when he says that a 9 to 5 doesn't suck the soul out of you, because they actually do. I'm pretty sure we've all worked a job before
Yeah.
that sucked the
I mean, shit, dude. Like, one reason why people just are not like motivated to like work out and shit is because if they have like a regular job or any type of job where they're just standing for like 8+ hours, and like I don't care like what kind of fucking soft comfy shoes you have, just standing for 8 hours straight is a pain in the dick. And the moment you come home, the last thing you want to do is like not work out or fucking anything because you have been standing for 8 hours doing things. Like just standing alone is fucking a pain in the dick.
absolute life out of us. Like, it's pretty common, but I do feel like there is merit to what Hassan is saying. Like, the way I see it is that like just because a 9 to 5 is hard, that doesn't mean that streaming is easy. I feel like a lot of people underestimate the amount of work that streamers actually have to do because of how lazy streaming looks. I mean, when you look at a streamer, like
whenever you look at a streamer, you're seeing is like the final product of like whatever they're doing like in the background. Like normally streaming doesn't really end. Like you think streaming starts and stops when you just hit like the go live button, but when there are like other things that you have to do outside of that start stream, stop stream button that, I mean, you know, personally, like nobody else really sees, but like should the audience see it to like or not make them, to like let them know and understand how like tough it is? I mean, who's to say, really? Like, does it matter? Would it even like be impactful?
I mean, they're sitting in a chair playing a game or reacting to videos, and people do that for free. So when you see somebody doing it for numerous hours each day and they're making money from it, it's oh, I could most likely do that. I mean, it seems pretty easy. I do that for free, so why not do it for some bread? But if I'm being honest,
but streaming only seems easy because what most people see is like the top 1% of streamers that do it. They don't really see the 99% of streamers streaming to like nobody, or like maybe 50 people or 100 people for whatever reason. Maybe their content's bad, they're just not interesting, or they're not skilled enough, or they're not funny, whatever the reason. Being an up and coming streamer is probably a monumental task. Is like it's Sisyphus level. Like you're just that dude pushing the rock up the mountain, and it seems like it won't go anywhere. You're just constantly pushing. That is probably what I would say like what is the most common type of experience. Again, like what most people see is like the tippy top 1% of streamers making it seem easy.
honest, I personally don't think that streaming is easy at all. Like, I saw a lot of people trying to write this off as like anyone could stream, but not anyone could work a 9 to 5, which I completely disagree with. The way I see streaming is kind of like the way I see soccer.
Yeah, bro. Like, not gonna lie, I've worked with a lot of stupid people with all the jobs that I've had. And I'm just like in awe that they can like hold down a job for more than like a month or so. It's just so bad. Like, you guys know, like, you've all had those people that were just like, you go to work and they just make the job like infinitely more difficult than it has to be. Like, why?
Anybody could play soccer, but not everyone can be good at soccer. Anyone
Yeah.
can stream, but not everyone can be a full-time streamer.
True.
Like, I don't think people realize how
And the only people that are interested in watching are, like, if you're trying to be a streamer, people are only going to be interested in seeing like the outliers, like the 0.01% of people being either really entertaining or really skillful at the thing that they're doing. So either high entertainment value for whatever type of entertainment. I don't want to talk about that, like what's good and bad entertainment. I don't give a fuck. Or just being in the top like 0.1% of what do you call it? Like the skill, the game of their choice or whatever. And that's fucking hard.
hard it is to get to that point where you're a full-time streamer on Twitch. It takes a lot of hard work and a lot of strategy, because Twitch has one of the worst algorithms of all time, because they don't push you in any way, shape, or form. You have to bring people.
Granted, I do think Twitch has been trying to like make it better, but I mean, for the most part, I think like the big guys are the big guys and will probably stay the big guys. And I mean, because like whenever I like start like if I ever go on Twitch, it's only under my like own account, so I have like my whole fucking follow page and shit like that. And I'll occasionally like look at like some new people or whatever for like whatever game I'm looking at. But I think, isn't it the default like search filter thing for Twitch? Isn't it like by recommended or whatever instead of like viewers high to low? Because that's what it used to be. There was no filter. But now with like the new CEO dude, he's like, yeah, we're going to put a filter in. So it's like, you know, they're taking steps in the right direction. So, I mean, that's nice. But still, like, if you're trying to just stream on Twitch, it's like, good luck, buddy.
To your stream. You can't just sit there playing a game all day and expect money and viewership. Like, it just doesn't work like that. It's literally impossible to grow on Twitch by only streaming. All the top streamers have said it before.
Because like the best strategy for growing on Twitch is still growing on YouTube, TikTok, or another platform.
My advice to anybody that wants to grow streaming, don't stream a lot. You can't just spark up on stream every day on Twitch and get viewers. That's just not how it is. You know, you got to go on different platforms, post your clips, and then eventually, you know, if you do it right, people will come.
Go on TikTok. Make more TikToks.
Do shit other places that aren't Twitch. Twitch is the last thing that you should be doing. Do shit otherwhere, like any other place.
Or YouTube Shorts. Try to grow outside of the platform, because if it hasn't been obvious for the past 6 years now, you're not growing on Twitch anymore. That's not how it works. You have to find discoverability through other places.
It's weird when streamers think, hey, if I want to be a Twitch streamer, I gotta start on Twitch. I gotta fire out, I gotta sign up, make a Twitch channel, make a name for myself. When it's literally the worst option to become a Twitch streamer.
And good on Cameron for like rounding up all these clips of all like the top boys saying the same fucking thing. I mean, this just lends credence to like what he's saying.
Streamers to stream on Twitch first. You have to do something else where you have to become famous first.
Like, if you have 0 viewers on Twitch, your stream is getting sent to nobody, and the odds of people finding you are slim to none. That's why most of the top streamers had some sort of strategy to bring in viewership to get to where they are now. For instance, Ludwig would do challenges on stream and upload those challenges to YouTube so that the people from his YouTube would tune into his streams. And Queso would take clips from his stream and upload those clips to TikTok so that the people from TikTok would come to his streams. Are you starting to see the pattern here? Like, the streamers streamers never just sat there all day and happened to become big streamers out of nowhere. They utilized different platforms to funnel an audience to Twitch while also most likely working normal jobs. And on top of that, these streamers had to actually be entertaining once people started showing up to their streams. Because if someone sees a clip or a video of you and your stream looks fire, like it just looks amazing. It looks like
the fucking Kai Senate fucking firework going off in the background. That shit was so good.
Easiest thing on earth. Then that person shows up to your stream and it's just you sitting in a chair playing a game, not really reading the chat or anything, not really being interactive. You're just kind of boring. That person is most likely never going to come back. So that first impression means everything. That's why streamers like Jinxie are so popular now, because his clips are just as funny as his streams. Now, I will say that streaming does get easier after you build up an audience, because you now know that people are actually going to pop out to your streams no matter what. But that still doesn't mean that streaming is easy. Like, if I'm being real, not just anyone can entertain numerous people all at once, in the same way that not just anyone can be a construction worker or an electrician. Another thing that people don't really
seemingly streaming is like a young person game, because just most people that go online or on the internet, they tend to be younger. But I do think that what do you call it, that chunk of people like is growing with age. I mean, because when I first started going onto the internet, I was like going on in like AOL days, America Online 1, 2, 3, and all that shit, with the AIM Messenger and whatnot. And I'm like 30 something now, so I mean, I'm still like on the internet, so it's just like it tends to skew younger. But I would say it is starting to grow, and it probably will, with more people just growing up and people just having the internet. So it's only like a matter of time.
Really realize about streaming is that you're talking for numerous people while you're live, because you're talking for yourself and you're also talking for the chat. Because in a normal conversation with another person, you talk for yourself. You say something, then the other person says something. There's a breathing room in between that. But with streaming, you're talking in both of those spots, yourself and the other person. And after hours of doing that, you can get drained. Now, is all that harder than a 9 to 5? No, not at all. The positives most definitely outweigh the negatives when it comes to streaming. I mean, you're in the comfort of...
I would say it's only harder when you have like some dog shit like opinions, and then people just call you out on your dumbass opinions for being like out of touch or ignorant or some shit like that. Then it's probably like, oh, you got the entirety of your fucking of the internet yelling at you saying this, that, whatever. So there's probably like some degree of I don't know, performative nature that most streamers would probably engage in, to, you know, either it's like I don't know, I kind of think it's like this, but I could be wrong. It's like flashbang, how do I open this shit and it's just black all the time? I need to figure that out. But it's like real opinion versus pander. And it's a scale. Probably every streamer has like a real opinion about a thing, and then they will probably to some degree pander to their audience, or just pick a topic and just say what everybody wants them to say so that they can agree with their favorite streamer. And everybody probably skews like somewhere on here. Very few people, if any, are on like either like the real 100% real opinion or on the 100% pander to the audience side. Like most people have like some degree of either they pander or their real opinion. Like no one is like 100% pandery, and then there's like likewise there's no person that they will always give their 100% real opinion, and if they say otherwise, they're lying. I mean, me personally, I probably have some like dog shit takes, but I just haven't said them yet. To be fair, or maybe I have, like maybe on like some other videos, but I mean, it's whatever.
of your own home. There's not many physical demands, and you make your own hours. Like, it's definitely a blessing. But all that being said, my overall point is that even though streaming may be easier than a 9 to 5, that doesn't make streaming easy in general. Like, not just anyone can be a streamer.
And I would also say that, like, so like I didn't grow up and like start having a job early. I probably started having a job late because I just lived at my mom's house and I was just going to college, like my little community college for whatever. And then like when I was done with college, it's like, okay, you better fucking find a job. So I was like, oh shit, oh you're right, damn it, I better figure out something. Any job that whenever I was younger, the jobs that I would have, it would always be, I would tolerate the job. I never thought that I could make up my own hours and make up my own reasons for doing a thing. If that makes sense. Like I always thought like the real jobs were just jobs that you have to apply for like a job application for. I didn't realize that you could make your own job if you wanted to. And I'm fucking nobody still, but I would like to have do this for my main job, but until then, I just gotta do this or have my real job. But I will say, like, trying to transition from the real job to the streamer job is probably really tough.
To really understand both sides, you would have to have a 9 to 5 at one point, but you would also have to have some sort of success with streaming, because streaming to an entire audience and like doing it full time is completely different than streaming to like 1 or 2 viewers. And even myself, I've never been a full-time streamer at any point in my life, but I've tried to become a full-time streamer and I completely failed. So I know the struggles of streaming. So yeah, I don't think that streaming is harder than a 9 to 5, but I don't think that streaming is easy. Like I still think streaming is super hard to get to that position. I
mean, when you're trying to talk about some shit, you have to like either like be like an expert or seem like you've researched the topic a shit ton. And I would say for the most part, it's most people aren't really like experts on things. Like seldom do people go that extra mile to figure out what goes on in a situation or goes on with the law or goes on with whatever. Seldom do people go that far to seem like an expert, and the experts are what gets people in your chat. What's you're either like an expert on your game or you're an expert at like entertaining. In either case, I don't know. It's just really hard, I would imagine. Like I tried streaming too, and I failed too. But yeah, man, it's like even when you have like 5 people in your chat, it's like trying to like be like stay entertaining is just I don't know, like I think it's easier when you're younger and you can just say like whatever shit pops into your head versus like when you're older, you have more of like a filter. I don't know.
Streamers like Hassan or Kai Cenat or maybe even Jinxie are in right now. People don't want to hear someone complain when they're in a worse position than the person complaining. But the reality is that everyone on this earth complains no matter how good their life is. Our brain is a problem-solving machine. So when there's no problems going on in your brain is going to make problems for you to complain about. I mean, we do it all the time. I'm American, and a lot of you guys watching are probably from first world countries. Now let me ask you this. How do you think other countries feel when they hear Americans complain about their Wi-Fi going out for 24 hours? Amazon packages.
Well, yeah, they don't even got fucking Wi-Fi, dude. They're just worried about getting food and water and shelter.
not coming in on time. They're probably fed up because some countries don't even have Wi-Fi or Amazon. They legit only got sticks and stones. So you can only imagine how they might think how annoying it is when we complain because they have way less than us. But regardless, we still find a way to complain no matter how great our lives are compared to others. People are always going to find a way to complain. Like, that's just the sad reality. Mr. Beast literally built wells in Africa. Oh, yeah. People somehow started complaining about that.
This was funny.
Your job may be harder than the streamer sitting in their chair for 9 hours, but that doesn't mean that they can't complain about it. Like, maybe it should be off stream or offline when they complain.
Yeah.
I feel like that.
Yeah. If a streamer is complaining about how hard their job is, you need to vent to someone that will actually understand you. Like, for real. Like, regular people do not want to hear your trials and tribulations of how hard it is to sit in a chair and play a game or talk for 8 hours. Like, we just don't care, dude. Much the same way if someone were to, like, if I were to complain about my job to someone that doesn't have my job, I wouldn't even feel that it would, like they would comprehend it because they just don't know. And I don't know, it's easier to be like empathetic towards someone with someone that like actually understands the situation that you're in versus like someone just emulating empathy and being like sympathetic.
Be a little bit more sincere, but at the same time, like, everyone on this earth complains regardless of how great their lives are. How do you get along with your coworkers? By complaining about the job, because at the end of the day, complaining is fun, and we can't sit here and act like complaining isn't. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All that being said, this is gonna wrap up the video. If you guys made this far, I appreciate you. If you guys enjoyed this video, then I highly recommend you guys check out my most recent video. It'll be right up here on the screen. But yeah, with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. It's Cameron, and I'm out.
Cool. Yeah, man. That was a good video. I liked it. Yeah, like literal millionaires complaining about how hard their job is and how hard it is to make millions. Like, if you're trying to look for sympathy or empathy from like your audience, that's just not the place. It really isn't, dude. But nah, it's whatever. I usually don't pay any attention to it. If some streamers bitch complaining about how hard their job is, I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. I just let it pass. You're just having a bad day. Whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, it was another good video, man. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm looking forward to seeing more. And that's it. I'll catch you guys on the next one, all right? Peace.